الله 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 الله. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Welcome back to our London to Nizamuddin podcast. Today we have a detailed analysis of the events that's happening in Bangladesh and the unfortunate events, which someone told me in Arab Sati. He texted me, he said, أرض البنغلاديش أصبحت لا تصلح للاجتماع بكفرانهم النعمة. That the land of Bangladesh has become deprived of the ijtima because of their being ungrateful to the ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah ta'ala unite the Muslims and create prosperity in the land of Bangladesh. Ameen. With regard this, I will be presenting a snippet of a bayan which Maulana Hadhratji Saad Damat Barakatum interestingly happened in 2015 in Kakral Markaz because of some other incident, but is very relevant with regards to today's events. Inshallah, let's listen to a snippet of the talk.
यकीन के साथ अर्ज कर रहा हूं, जब एक जिम्मेदार की नीयत के बदलने से फल का रस खट्टा हो सकता है, तो वो काम करने वाले जिन पर आलमी जिम्मेदारी समझी जाती है, उनकी नीयतों का असर सारे आलम पर क्या पड़ेगा, इसका अंदाजा हमें खुद कर लेना चाहिए.
Hadhratji is given the importance of niyat and a story of when one responsible brother, his niyat has changed, and because of that the effects of the fruits that were sweet becomes bitter. Then what about the niyat of the responsible brother who is Amir for the whole country or for a small ilaqa or locality? What impact will that have upon the change of the niyat? Especially those who have responsibility regarding the whole world effort as well. If their niyat and intention changes to worldly benefits, then how much impact will it have upon the whole alam? Brothers have requested me to make dua that the halat of Bangladesh situation in Bangladesh is this way. I'm saying that this situation is because of us, ourselves. Otherwise, in such a country whose bunyad and base is Islam and deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, such a country which hosts one of the biggest ijtimas around the world. In this country, how can a situation happen? Wallahi, he's saying that this events happening today is nothing to do with the government or locality or other people. The downfall of this work is because of the workers itself. If you read the newspapers, propaganda of the newspapers and media, you think that someone else has responsible. No. When there's a split among the workers, you will see the split on the work of da'wat. When there's ijtima'iyat, when there's unity among the workers, you will see ijtima'iyat among the ummah as well. Other than that, there is no third reason for this. The bayanats of Hadhratji Yusuf Rahmatullahi Mullah Ilyas Rahmatullah has just become a source of reading knowledge. We have never tried to, in retrospect, put ourselves on the target that this is talking about me, that this is happening because of us. It's not just that because of the flaws and deficiencies, the work of da'wah has been affected, that we can sit down and do nothing and we just sit on our hands. Rather, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask us on the day of judgment regarding our lapse of concentration and a lack of work and short-sightedness. We will be questioned on the day of judgment by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Kullukum ra'in wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyatihi, as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in the hadith, that each and every one of you are responsible for others. So that's why this mu'amala, this dealing is not with other people. The mu'amala is dealing with the workers. I told you before that niyat of one Amir, if it's changed, then even the fruits can become bitter. What about the person who is the responsible for the whole country? that person responsible, if his niyat is changed, and how much impact will have upon the whole creation. That is, my brothers and sisters, we have to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us accepted, qabul, maqbul indallah. And I'm saying in the name of Allah that to go forward, to proceed, improve in this work is nothing to do with the workers itself. No one can go forward because of some means of others. The work is directly from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah ta'ala is the one who does intikhab, selects. Allahu yastafi min al-malaikati rusula wa min al-nas. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who does intikhab, selects. Who will Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala utilize for this work? If we have in our minds that if someone puts me forward, if someone supports me, or if I rely upon someone, or if someone says that we should take that person behind, put him backwards, or demote that person, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not even put a choice upon the creation to do this. In the Quran, Allah ta'ala has negated this as well, that no, someone can go forward because of via another person. The Quran has not negated this totally. I'm talking through the light of the Quran. The work of deen and da'wat, no one can put anyone forward, no one can promote someone forward, no one can demote someone backwards. This is the deception of satis. Why is this going on? Why is this belief? Someone, he's the one who done this, he's the one who spoiled his capabilities, he's the one who demoted this. In the name of Allah, there's nothing to do with anyone else except that we have disconnected ourselves with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and our connection with Allah ta'ala has become weak. Otherwise it's impossible. Like the one who Allah ta'ala brings forward, no one can put him back. The prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how much halat, how much situations, tribulations they were put into through. Like even the relatives of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they rejected him, close relatives. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who's intikhab, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who sends and selects that person. So my brother and sisters, you should take these words of mine into your hearts, that no one can bring a person forward from this work, no one can demote anyone from this work. Otherwise this kind of thinking is the thinking of siyasat and politics. There is no story like this in this work of da'wat. Remove that person, put that person forward, demote that person, give this person the seat, give that person the seat. Because in the hadith the Prophet said, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves another slave, he declares to the angels that, oh angels, I love so and so, so you should love that person as well. Allah ta'ala says to the malaikas in the seventh heaven, and then the malaika, the angels, they spread this news to the sixth heaven, and this news is spread to the fifth, to the fourth, the third, until the i'lan and announcement is made that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves so and so, oh my angels, you should love that so and so. And then the hadith says, ثُمَّ يُعْرَضُ قُبُولَ الْأَرْضِ, until the qubuliyat, the sign of acceptance, comes to the earth and spreads among the creation. Very easy. Instead of putting yourself forward and trying to get connection with the creation, but rather than that, strengthen your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then there will be no complaint. And then Allah ta'ala will put that situation that people will be astonished that, and they will say to themselves that who brought that forward? Who brought that person forward? How did this happen? They'll be shocked. Because Allah ta'ala is the one. There's nothing, no connection with this regarding the makhluk, creation. This is directly selected from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If a person wants to see how much maqam, how much stage he's with him, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then he should check how much he is with connection with the creation itself. That is why we should ask Allah ta'ala to make us accepted in His work. And remember, qubuliyat and acceptance has nothing to do with capability. This is an intellectual person, this is a clever person, this is a Purana, this is an old sighting. Nothing to do with Purana, nothing to do with old workers. If even a person is Purana, is not a sign of a qubuliyat even. We try to measure the qubuliyat with how much time that person spent. The sign of qubuliyat is not even connected to how much time he spent. I know so many sahabas in the seerah, the sahabas, they met the Prophet ﷺ for a few years, but because of their effort and their concentration and their struggle, they went in front of many sahabas. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took the work from them. We don't think that this is all work, all sati, this is all worker. It's nothing to do with qubuliyat. A person was given the task of writing, inscribing the wahi, revelation, that when the Prophet ﷺ the Quran was revealed. What responsibility? Writing the wahi. We think to ourselves, oh, I'm the one who writes the mashwara, I'm the one who's very close to the zimmadar, I do this. What is this person? He is the one who's writing the wahi, the revelation, when Allah Ta'ala revealed the Quran. When we believe that every word that was revealed to Prophet ﷺ, every letter was from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, imagine the person writing it, scribing it, how much taqarrub he was, how much qurub, how much nearness he was with the Prophet ﷺ. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? Yes, this wahi is haqq, this wahi is true. But Allah Ta'ala has a nizam, has a system as well. If Allah Ta'ala wants to test a person of his ita'at, no matter how close that person is. And the reason is because Allah Ta'ala wants to know that if a person knows how true this work is or what or not. And how much ita'at, how much measure of ita'at, following obedience does he have. It's a very important issue. That is why when the ayat was revealed in Surah Al-Mu'minun regarding the takhliq, the creation of human beings, humanity, all the stages of the takhliq, of the creation of the human being, was revealed. At the end, the ayat was فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ. How blessed is the one, glorified is the one who is the best of creators. And in the same way, the same words were revealed, was inspired to that person who's writing, the scribe. And he said himself, فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ. That the person who's come to that stage of highness, how much ita'at, obedience does he have? That how much obedience, how much level of ita'at does he have? So before the Prophet was saying these words, فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ, that person was reciting it, said it himself. And then the wahi came. And then the Prophet said, yes, you write this as well, فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ. And then this Sahabi became a murtad and apostated from Islam. And for the reason that he said to himself that, oh, whatever I say is wahi, and whatever he says wahi, and whatever I say is no difference. So that's why he left Islam. How high stage he was? And how did he reach up so high? When he was writing the wahi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took test from him. At how much measure of ita'at does he have? Then afterwards, the Prophet passed away, but then he became Muslim again. This is just an example, brothers and elders. There's nothing to do with qadamat, or whole worker, nothing connects with that, of the sign of qubuliyat. One of the conditions of qubuliyat is ikhlas, sincerity. Ikhlas. Ikhlas is the conditions of qubuliyat. إِنَّمَا يَتَقَبَّلُ اللَّهُ مِنَ الْمُتَّقِينَ. What does that mean? It means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only accepts the people who have ikhlas. Allah ta'ala only accepts the people who mukhlasina amal. That we are doing only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, if you're doing for Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will test you in your ikhlas as well. One of the test will be that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the people will not ask people who are doing so much work. They will not be asked, they will not be searched for, they will not be sought for. This is one of the tests from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. People say that, oh, Allah Ta'ala will ask about ikhlas in the directions. No, Allah Ta'ala will test the ikhlas of a person in this world as well. وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. Allah Ta'ala will test the person who is a Muslim or not before he dies. A person, will he die upon ikhlas or will he die without ikhlas? That your death should be a death of ita'at. Nothing to do with qadam, nothing to do with how much time he spent. And nothing to do with sitting with left and right center of any buzurg as well. I'm trying to tell you clearly as well. Doing another khidmat, doing person khidmat of others, fulfilling the needs of others, big buzurg and all that. Nothing to do with that. It's not even a way to go in forward in this work. Without getting acceptance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that person tries to get acceptance for the creation. Never happen. This was just a short snippet of the bayan which took place in 2015. Sheikh Saad Damal Barakatuhum. As always, brothers, this podcast is just a supplement to the enormous work of da'wah and should not be used as a substitute, as the work of da'wah is amongst the people, not on a screen. Please like and subscribe and share with others. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.